We all remember the Nigerian proverb that when the gods want to finish you, they start by making you mad. Yes, they start by making you mad. And how do they make you mad? They make you start saying things that you're not supposed to say on the public. Things that should be on your mind, you start expressing them outside. And this is what's happening to the General Muhoozi, that's the Ugandan president's son, Museveni's son, the only heir to the kingdom. Look at what's writing on his X platforms. This is after the general elections in Uganda, and this is what he has to write on his X accounts. Feels untouchable, yeah, and that is why you can write this. As for Kabobi, the permanent loser, I'm giving him exactly 48 hours to surrender himself to the police. If he doesn't, I will treat him as an outlaw rebel and handle him accordingly. I exonerate my great and vulnerable father from what I'm going to do to Kabobi. That is what he's writing. So he's sending a direct message to Bobi Wine, who was the competitor, competed with the father in the general elections and claimed that President Museveni rigged the elections to win, because Bobby feels that is not what the Ugandans really wanted and Ugandans voted for him. If it's true that Museveni won the elections, why should the son to Museveni be this mad to Bobby Wine and even give a threat of unaliving him if he gets him, because that is what he just written on his ex social account. It's really embarrassing to see this from such a person of his stature and leadership level. And he put it again, oh, the very thing again to Kabobi. I exonerate my great and vulnerable father from what I'm going to do to Kabobi. As for Kabobi, the permanent loser, I'm giving him exactly 48 hours to surrender himself to the police. If he doesn't, I will treat him as an outlaw and a rebel and handle him accordingly. And that is not just the only what tweets he has given or written on his X accounts. There is other tweets that we're gonna read through into them. And with this one, I believe the international body should come in and try to salvage. We've heard of reports, alleged reports that they are unaliving and torture of NUP followers in Uganda after the election of the seventh election of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as the president of Uganda currently. Those reports are unverified because there is no videos are coming from Uganda, because the internet shutdown has been seen, and most people who have been asking who will be the next after the capture of Maduro. Who will be the next after the capture of Maduro? Maybe Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and his son will be the next in line after the capture of Maduro by the U.S. forces, because of what they're doing to the people in Uganda. If it's verified, then I believe that maybe Trump will send his guys to come and do their work as they do it better. Remember now what's happening in it's kind of the same that is happening in Iran currently, and the the US has put a lot of resources and eyes and checking on what's happening in Iran currently, and that might be the same thing that might be happening in Uganda, maybe within the shortest time possible. But all we wish that General Muhoozi Kainerugaba will remove the tweets or the tweets he has put on X, on his X account, and try to maybe apologize to the people of Uganda and ask them for forgiveness on all of these things that he's writing on his X account. He says, personally, I'm embarrassed by our record. 22 killed in 1 week is too low. I promise to do better. The first thing I remove from Kabobi are his balls. Okay, he's trying to confirm the rumors and the allegations that people have had about the unaliving of people who support Bobi Wine in Uganda just after the elections. And he says he's personally impressed by the record that only 22 have been unalived in a week, in 1 week, and that record is too low. So he's promising to do better and do the same. I think these are the statements that should be taken by the UN and international bodies and human rights NGOs bodies to try to bring this guy to order, because this is not what should be coming from a leader of his stature or caliber, especially in such a iconic moment within the country. He continues to say, we will kill on sight all UN NUP so-called foot soldiers until Mzee says otherwise. He says we have unalived 22 NUP terrorists since last week. I'm praying that the third big Bobi. Again, another savage statement he's put on his ex account, and I think this is enough. This is enough. This is enough for the human rights bodies and the other UN and East African Commission or East African bodies to come in and put this guy to order. Even just talk to him to stop such a tweets if they can't put him to order. But as we said, when the gods are almost all ready to finish you, they first make you mad so that they are justified when they are finishing you, and the justification comes from whatever you say and whatever you do and how you do it. And maybe Trump again will call for a regime change in Uganda for the longest. After all these years, Museveni has been in power. Maybe it's time for a regime change, and if that one comes in with a change in what we're going to do. Maybe there'll be a rerun of elections in Uganda sooner. A rerun of elections in Uganda sooner to let the Ugandans to choose their beloved president. Yes, leave it and speak to us or in the comment section and let us know. Do you think what General Muhoozi is writing on his accounts are justified, or do you think the international body should put him in check?